very much, Kaz and Hannah. Fabulous work in the first half here of what has been a really gripping and enthralling first half of the WNBL D2 final between Cobham and the Sheffield Hatters. The score is 39-32 to Sheffield. And I'm joined with Dave Owen of daveowenbasketball.co.uk. More on that in a little bit. But Dave, what have you made of the game so far?
Yeah, well, another one, we've got a close game, right? That's what we wanted at half-time. So we're hoping for a second half that's competitive and everyone's down to the last minute. And we've got a bit of an atmosphere and everyone's excited about which way it's going to go. And when you look at the experience on the Hatters team, that's good news because I'm sure they've blown out a few teams this year with the experience they've got on the roster.
Absolutely. I mean, they have. I mean, even on their route to the final, to the playoffs, they've made pretty light work of pretty good opposition as well. Let's start with the Hatters. They are the team in the lead, got 39 points. It's been a little bit slow coming at times, though, hasn't it? So, you know, for them, a relatively low scoring half.
Yeah, I mean, just to really frame it, I'm sure everyone really should know the names, but we're talking about 4 players that have had a GB jersey, and the point guard Nee has represented Ireland, I believe, internationally. So that's pretty serious at Division 2 women's level. Obviously, a lot of them at the veteran stage now, but often that helps because the experience, the calmness, the presence, up 20, down 20, they might have the confidence in each other that they're going to come through no matter what's going on in the first half. So I think that's maybe when you think about they're looking quite relaxed, it's a bit slow, maybe they're waiting to really turn it on when they need to, because we certainly know they've got the players to do that.
Well, let's talk about some key personnel. Now, for me, the difference maker out there for Sheffield is definitely Steph Gandy. 6 of 6 from the field, 15 points in the contest, plus 8. Now, she sat for 5 minutes in that first period of play thereabouts. And during that time, the Cobras had arguably one of their better spells that they've had in the game. She's played the full second quarter, and it's been the Gandy show at times, has it not?
Yeah. I mean, we know what we're going to expect from Gandy on offense. Certainly, you know, she's 6 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She is a tough matchup at international level, let alone Division 2 women's level. So she's going to be a real challenge for Cobras to stop offensively. And then defensively, a lot of times she's been matched up with Kate Lee, number 14, who got Player of the Year, of course, in the South Conference of Cobham. So if she's a problem on offense and she's stopping their best offensive player at the other end, that's a tough ask for Cobham to deal with.
Real stand-up performance from the Hatters so far. I've got to say, Sarah Cooney, 5 of 7, 11 points. Especially in that first period, I thought she was the real difference maker in terms of what was going well for Sheffield.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of those players, when you look over her career, find me a game where she underperforms. The consistency is unbelievable for such an incredibly long time. So we should talk about it. So it's not a surprise at this point. It's kind of what I used to call the Kevin Garnett rule. Oh, he got 20 and 10 again. Well, he does every night. Why are we talking about it again, right?
I think it's important when we take a moment like this because, you know, coming into the game, it's legacy. Now, this is legacy on the line moments for Sheffield. They're 47-0, so one more regular season / playoff win takes that to 48. Is that a significant number? It's a massive number. Don't worry about a nice round 50. Let's just get to 48. They're looking at a three-peat, and also we're looking at some serious players potentially. I mean, it's been stated that they're retiring. I was talking to one of the table officials earlier who I've commentated her. Now, in basketball, retirements aren't always final, but I think we can fairly safely say these 4 legends of the game want to leave on the highest stage in the highest moment.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you have any insight. I think they played the playoff final last year and lost to Stockport. Or am I thinking of Cup or another year? My memory's not so good these days.
You're thinking of a Cup game a couple of years ago, but when it comes to the league, the regular season, the playoffs, they are peerless. Yeah. Again, 47-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, they're going to want to end their careers in a certain way, and these guys have won for a long, long time at a lot of different levels, so they're not going to go out any other way than winning, right?
Now, one thing that they've done really well is, now if Cobham have scored, and we'll get to Cobham in a couple of moments' time, because they've played some really good basketball. I know we've started with Sheffield, but there are 2 real teams in this game so far. But one thing they've done is, it's an immediate response.
Yes.
You know, can you speak to how they're making that happen?
Yeah, I mean, Cobham has been a fascinating watch for me. It's quite an interesting parallel for me personally watching this game, because I come in, look at the score sheet, okay, well, I know those players, I've got certain expectations of what I'm going to see from them. I've seen them multiple times before, and I'm not going to try and pretend I know more than I do about Cobham. I've not seen them before, I don't know the players. So I'm watching it with complete unbiased, no expectations, just seeing what I see on the floor, no stats reports at this level for me to follow over the season. So it's actually quite interesting watching the game in that way, and just seeing, well, who catches my eye just on the eye test.
Yeah.
And straight away, it was Emma DeLay, the point guard, and Francesca Quinn, the wing. Those are the two that caught my eye. First 5 minutes looking at players for the first time. Who looks comfortable on the floor? Who looks like they're the emotional leaders of their team? Who looks like they've got that game management and IQ that's going to keep things together when things get a bit rocky, and the skill sets are there and they're comfortable? Those are the two players that kind of grabbed me straight away. And then I started doing a little bit of research and found that Kate Lee was the player of the year. So, okay, well, she's one taking most of the shots, makes sense, but they're tough shots because she's been guarded by very good players that are very experienced. So it's interesting.
Now you're talking about that immediate, step onto the court presence and calmness and looking like they're ready to go to work. I found that really with Makoka. She came off the bench, and just the way she carries herself and then the way she's gone about her business, she has been huge for the Cobham Cobras in this first half.
She does things that you maybe wouldn't expect her to do as a defender. She's got a bit of creativity and a bit of unorthodox about her game. She's quite experienced. I think she's over 30, from South Africa, doing a bit of research to see where she, what her background was, whether she's young up and comer or a bit of a veteran. They're quite an experienced team, actually. I was looking at, I think, Delea and who did I mention before? Quinn. They're both kind of 27, 28, so we're looking at quite an experienced team. Also, we know House are very, very experienced, but, Cobham have got that experience too. So, we're seeing a lot of presence on the floor, not seeing too many people losing their heads when plays don't go well. They're staying together as both teams.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Both teams, they've got plenty of experience, and they've done fantastically well to get here, of course. It's calm. This is a pretty calm game of basketball. Now, Cobham, they did turn it over a lot to begin with. That has really calmed down. Just 4 turnovers.
Well, it gets interesting.
Of course, but you've got to get there first. And I think both sides are doing a really good job to get themselves there. But one thing that I want to see from Cobham is every time they go up the floor, they score. Excellent. Well, not every time, but when they go up the floor and score, they're working hard for it, but they're getting a reward. But what's happening straight away is Sheffield are taking it right back the other way, and it's just they can't get into going back and forth with them. They've got to get defensive stops. How can you see Cobham getting those stops that they're going to need?
That was something that surprised me a little bit, actually. I've not seen a lot of Hatters. I've seen a couple of finals, and certainly at the start of the first quarter, they were looking for the fast break a lot. Now, I think a lot of that is down to the fact that they've got players who can get steals, which of course is going to need fast breaks. But as a 39-year-old with 28 years on these knees, I know at my age I've got no interest in fast breaking ever, right? So as a veteran team with a lot of years on their knees, I'm actually quite surprised at their willingness to really drive. But I think that is largely led by their point guard. Every time Nee's looking ahead and trying to speed the team up. Now, she might have to be dragging some of them along a little bit with her on that at their advanced ages on this team. But, they've certainly got a bit of fast break about them. They've got the ability to get the steals that obviously lead to the fast breaks. So we know in the half court, Jesus, the experience and the skill set, there's a problem. And if they've got the fast break as well, which you may be hoping they don't really want to do as an older team, now you've got 2 problems to deal with.
That's just it. We spoke at this same stage last year. We've got 4 minutes until we head back to back to the second half. We'll be back with our announcers in about 2 minutes' time. Where was I? Yes, I was. Last year, that was the chat. It's like, is this younger team going to run Sheffield off the foot? No, they did not. Sheffield were able to play with you, play your game against you, whatever that game might be. Such is their strength and diversity of play. Right, let's talk about DaveOwenBasketball.co.uk. You do a lot of work with the National Basketball League. I am also one of your patrons. So explain it to me. What's it all about? What's your website all about?
To frame it, it is about giving players recognition to progress in basketball, exposure, and fact-based exposure. So it's not Dave saying, I think, in my opinion, this player's a really good player. I was saying, these are the numbers which indicate objectively that this is a player at this level, this is a player at this level, this is a player that absolutely should be going NCAA Division 1. This is absolutely a player that should be going from Division 2 men to Division 1 men. You know, trying to highlight those domestic players that are ready to make a jump to the next level from an objective, and also objective in the sense that I'm not affiliated to any clubs or leagues, or obviously I work for Basketball England, but you know, I'm not affiliated to a club or a region or anything like that. It's just a completely objective overview across the whole country, all levels, all age groups, saying, look, these are the players that jump out to me in the numbers. Have a look at them, you know, see if they fit your programme, give them an opportunity, and let's just celebrate British talent, because we've got so much of it. There's such a depth of talent in this country. Of course, we all get so excited about the young, the junior talent. We see what they are now, we see what they maybe could be, and the numbers for me help project that a little bit, particularly when you look at historical context. Okay, maybe only 3 players in history have done what someone did this season. It's a pretty good indicator that they might be quite good.
I know that as a commentator and of course as a presenter, announcer, I find it so invaluable, the service that you provide, and especially what I like is the player comparisons of other players who are doing what the highlighted player is doing. Well, that's all the time we've got from myself and Dave. Thank you so much for coming on, talking through us through the first half.